Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I have a really exciting show for you today. I have someone who looks at the one rental at a dime idea and goes, I never did that. Even when he did his first deal, which was a collection of single family homes, he purchased 33 in one fell swoop. So this is going to be a very interesting conversation because we're going to look at it from the other side, and I cannot wait. So let's welcome KK Singh to the show. How are you doing today, KK?
Hello, I'm doing good, Michael, and thank you for having me on your show today.
No problem. Well, why don't you introduce us to yourself, where you are in the country, and a little bit about your background before we jump into these great deals you've done.
Sure. Okay, my name is KK Singh, and from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I've been here about 19 years. I came as a Microsoft certified system engineer and lost my job in 2001 and then moved on to the gas station business. So I have 8 gas stations and a laundromat that I built from ground up. And I was in the gas station for all these years. And in 2015, somebody offered me a portfolio of 33 single family houses in our backyard. And we decided to buy them. And we bought 33 from dad, and then we bought 7 from his son.
Wow.
So we have 40 single family houses. And soon I realized that, I had passion in real estate, which I didn't know before we bought these properties. And when we bought these properties, I started looking for multifamily. And we did offer on 4 properties. We did send LOIs. And none of them, we couldn't win any of them. So I realized that it's a different animal. We got to learn. So I started learning about the multifamily and started investing passively, as I was an accredited investor since 2006, which I didn't know that I'm an accredited investor until 2016. When I wanted to invest in my first deal, because it was a 506C, so it was accredited only. So I invested with that in Dayton, Ohio, with a syndicator from Indianapolis. That's where I started my multifamily investment journey.
Very, very cool. Well, you've thrown around a term that I don't know has been on my channel before. So why don't you, to your knowledge, just define what an accredited investor is, if you don't mind?
Okay, accredited investors are those who have an income of, if they are filing their taxes jointly, 300,000 plus for the last 2 years, or a net worth, if they are filing individually, then the income should be at least 200,000 for the consecutive 2 years. And if they don't make that much money and they have a net worth of $1 million plus, without including their primary residence, then they are called accredited investors under the SEC regulations.
And really what the SEC done is they've basically tried to, and they're create a barrier where you're supposed to be sophisticated or whatever. You're supposed to have more of a cushion, whatever it is. They had to set some threshold, i.e. there's an income threshold for 2 years consecutive and a net worth excluding primary. And basically there are some investments that are only offered to accredited investors, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. If they are 506C, they're accredited investors only.
Okay.
And it can be advertised. If they are 506B, then they're sophisticated as well as accredited investor. They can have 30 up to 35 sophisticated investors. That means they are non-accredited, but they know the business.
Yeah. So we'll leave the rest of that for other shows. I want to make sure we talk about this for your first deal, buying 33 single family homes from dad and 7 from son. I guess the first thing that jumped out is how'd they find you, or how'd you find them? Was this just like family, friends, or neighbors, or how does that conversation even start?
They're from our community. and we go to the same church, and we had a break, like a tea break during our thing, and he walked up to me and he said, I want to sell you. First he said, I want to sell my houses.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, I know one person, he's got 150 houses in Indianapolis. I'll check with him if he's interested. He said, no, I want to sell them to you. I said, no, I don't want to do that because I've never done that. The reason he offered me is because he had sold these houses twice, but they couldn't get the financing for it.
Okay.
So he thought of me and said he knew that I'm a successful businessman and I can get financing. He said he was 82 years old, so
yeah.
he had these houses for 40 years.
Okay.
Yep. He had these houses for 40 years, and he wanted to get rid of them because his sons said, we don't want to take care of your houses. Go ahead and sell them and do whatever you want to. So he offered me, and I had no interest in this tenant business. So because I was in the gas station for all these 14, 15 years, and I knew what I was doing and I was very good at it. So, but he offered me to give me 1 year without any payments, no money down. And then he said he'll also help me learn this business for a year because I didn't know I didn't even know what cap rate is.
Okay.
So, yeah, and he offered me all that, and I said, looks a pretty good deal, and he gave me a good price too. So I said, okay, we'll buy it.
All right.
So that's how we started.
So again, so you work your personal network. Somebody recognized you as very successful. He's at a point in his life where his family's saying, we don't want them, sell them so you can enjoy the rest of your life, right? He's 82 at the time. And he clearly identifies with you, knows your success, and says, I want to put together a package that's good for you and good for him, is what it kind of sounds like he did. And it sounds like you still own those today.
Yes, I do. And I manage myself.
Wow. So you have 40 units plus, what was it, 8 gas stations and a laundromat? You all manage yourself.
And
busy man.
I do that all myself. But I have partners in the gas station business, and my family is in the gas station business. So I don't do day to day in the gas station business. So I'm fully into real estate now.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense. I'm curious, how much time do you spend, I don't know what you want to call it, doing tenant management or chasing rents? I don't know if you want to think about it a week or a month, because I don't self-manage, right? I had a day job. I just couldn't do it. How much time do you spend?
I spend only 9 hours.
Okay, a month. Oh, a week.
9 hours a week.
That's not bad.
9 hours a week. Yeah, because when I started with him and I started learning the business, and he started telling me everything on the papers, and he's excuse me, he was doing this on paper, everything. He was sitting in the office, and I can't sit in the office all day. Wait for the tenants. So after about 2 weeks, I told him that he can enjoy his life. I'll take care of my business. And I said, if I need any help, I'll give you a call. Otherwise, I'll do it on my own, because I'm into technology a lot.
Okay.
So I use technology a lot, and I it's my passion. So I moved everything to Buildium and I wrote letters to all the tenants that you have to either go online and pay your rent or deposit them in the lockbox. I'm not waiting there to wait for rent. So no cash. I don't take any cash. I don't wait for them. So I don't touch a hammer. So I don't do any maintenance. I've got 2 maintenance guys. If something goes wrong, I just tell them to fix it. I don't go to the houses. So I mostly do it from home, but I go there for an hour or two, maybe, every other day.
Very, very cool. So I'm assuming these, you said they were in your area. I'm guessing all driving distance, like half hour, 45 minutes?
20 minutes drive
Okay, even smaller.
from my
Wow,
home.
that's awesome.
Yep.
All right. And you, clearly it sounds like self-management's working out for you. It's not like you'd pay someone else 10% or 8% to do it for you.
No, because I started, I wanted to do it to learn the business.
Yep.
So that's how I started, and I don't have a problem. It's much easier than running one gas station.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
So
Very
it's
cool.
much easier. So I have put everything on autopilot. So I don't spend much time doing this.
Very
And
cool.
everything is online. I do my leases online. All the layers are online, and all my tenants have the portals. They can download their receipts. They can download their leases and everything. They get emails, automatic emails, tax and everything. So I don't have much to do.
I love that. 9 hours a week or less. That is spectacular. All right. So you go from that, clearly success, and now you want to go to multifamily. What attracted you to? Oh, go ahead.
I already did.
Oh.
I did that 3 years ago. Yeah,
Right.
I started investing passively, and the biggest my reason was the tax, because we were paying a lot of tax.
Ah, yeah.
That was my main point of getting into multifamily. So I invested in the first deal and I invested in 50,000. I actually did 2 deals at that year. I got 36,000 minus K1 from one deal and 25 from the other one, and I washed up some of my passive income that I got from. I got actually now 22 companies.
Wow. 22
So
companies.
altogether, yeah.
Your tax return is going to be like this.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Okay.
My tax return. It always comes in two books.
Yeah.
2 big books. Yeah. So, and the good thing is, you will be surprised to know this. I didn't pay any tax this year.
Wow.
So I don't have to pay any at all.
That's the beauty of depreciation and K1s and all of that. Accelerated depreciation.
Correct.
Yeah. So why don't we talk about that first passive investment? Did this person seek you out? I'm always curious. How do you? I understand how you have the cash, but how do you find the principal? Right. Again, was it somebody from your church? Was it a referral? How did you find this first?
No. So the first time I went on Bigger Pockets, since I have owned these properties, I have been a pro member on Bigger Pockets.
Mm-hmm.
So I started looking at multifamily and that's where I learned that all these apartments are bought in syndication. That's what we were trying to buy our own, like three or four our partners together and put 250,000 together and have that $1 million for down payment. But when I started learning on Bigger Pockets, I learned that all these apartments are bought in syndications by like 30 to 50 partners. So that's when I started learning about the syndication process, and I followed some syndicators, and I followed them from Bigger Pockets through their website, saw their portfolio, called them, and learned more about it, and then started investing with them.
Very cool. So let's talk about you as an LP or a limited partner first before we go to the GP side. What were some of the things that you looked at? Because it sounds like you didn't have a personal relationship with some of them, at least. What were you looking for to kind of vet them and make sure it wasn't extraordinarily risky?
Yep. First of all, I did write down my criteria of investment.
I like that.
So yeah, I wrote down what criteria do I need, and then I started looking at the different syndicators, what they do, and I looked at their track record. I prepared a list of questions to ask, and the list of questions is online. Everybody is downloading. I'll upload it to Facebook too. So I have a Facebook group, and I uploaded there, and a lot of people have downloaded that. So I asked them questions because I prepared myself, learned the process, and I had them answer all my questions, and and I looked for referrals online, how people are doing, which syndicators I found a couple of them to start with, and with one I have 5 investments,
Oh,
and
wow.
all in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
And all my investments, all my investments are performing as per performance so far.
Wow. Very good. Knock on wood. Good luck. Okay.
Yep.
So let's give credit to your Facebook group. What is it called? I know you're very active and there's lots of members, of which I am as well. What's the Facebook group called so other people can follow it?
Yep. It's a 10X multifamily investing group.
Yeah. And team, you should ask to join or sign up for that. It's one of the more open and honest discussions of all the Facebook groups I'm a member of. So it's actually how I found KK and asked them to be on the show. So make sure you follow it.
Yeah, we try to have people learn the process, network with each other, share their knowledge, and share what they're doing there, and we try to motivate them too as well, so that they can get out of their comfort zone and do something rather than just learning or being on Facebook and commenting on the post.
Yeah.
So eventually they execute their process so that and I do take calls. People call me all the time, and I answer their questions. And soon I'll be going on live online one day a week so that people can ask me questions directly.
That's awesome. I think you will be followed very quickly. I think that's a great idea, KK. Going live once a week. I think that will be very beneficial to the community. So thank you for doing that. I am curious, as we wrap up, you being an LP. So I forget, were you in 8 LPs before?
7.
7. Okay. 7
LPs. 7 LPs.
Yeah. Do you remember how
2
many
GPs?
Right. Do you remember how many units total those 7 were roughly?
Okay, 2,572 units altogether.
Wow. That's awesome. That's one way to get big unit counts, is to be a part of a syndication. 2,572. That's awesome. And I love the fact you know it exactly. That's great. Very cool. So, okay.
Every time we
go ahead. Sorry.
Every time we invest, I try to add it to my tally, how many units we have now. And I'm a part of Rod Cleve's multifamily boardroom.
Yeah.
So we have to present there, and we have to tell them how many we have, what we want, and all that kind of stuff. So I keep track of them.
You're held accountable.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So now let's switch gears. So you go from owning gas stations, laundromat, 40 single family homes, a limited partner in 2,572 units. Now you're going to be a general partner. What was it in your mind that flipped that made you want to take that side of the table as well?
Because my ultimate goal is to do a syndication myself.
Okay.
And so I didn't want to go directly buy a property and then raise money and do due diligence and find a property and do the inspections and all myself. And I wanted to build a team over time.
Mm-hmm.
So I started with the LP. I learned that part, and then I wanted to be on the GP side because I have relations and I have this portfolio now to tell my investors that, okay, I have invested my money in 7 deals and it is performing, so that I don't play with other people's money.
Yep.
So I was very confident that this is how it works, where the money is going. And some of these syndicators I have never met.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And yeah, and it's not easy to wire $100,000 to someone that you have never met and just talked over the phone on briefly. But this is how it works. And then I started with that, my money. And then after that, I started bring in my more investors, friends and family, or my networking people to the deals. So for these two deals, I raised money
Yep.
to be on the general partnership side. So, and I'm also a part of the asset management team, and I'm learning how to do the asset management. So eventually, I'm going to be doing my own syndication. I'll be doing my due diligence myself, finding the property myself, and then not the managing. I won't be managing the property. I'll have a third party
Yeah.
manage the property. Yeah, but I'll do the asset management myself because I had theoretical knowledge of all these things,
Yeah.
but I didn't have practical knowledge. I had never raised the money before, but I knew I could.
Yeah.
So now I have experience raising the money. I have experience doing the asset management, and so I can do my syndication myself.
Very cool. So let's talk about these two deals that you're the GP on. Do you remember the first one?
Yes.
Tell us
The
about
first one, the first one, I met Jeff Greenberg. He's the
Yeah.
principal on that deal, and at the boardroom mastermind,
Mm-hmm.
and he was sitting beside me, and we were talking to each other. And he said, "I have got a deal. If you want to raise money for my deal." And I had been following Jeff Greenberg for last about 4 years on Bigger Pockets, so I knew I had never met him. I had never talked to him, but I knew exactly what he was doing and when he was doing, when he bought a student housing, when he bought an apartment and all that because of the Bigger Pockets. So I met him, and accidentally he was sitting just beside me, and they were about to close on a property. So I raised him money over 3 days.
Wow. So
And they,
if you can, how much money did you raise in 3 days? Like $500,000 or what did we raise?
$500,000.
Oh, good guess. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because most of the syndicators want that amount to be on the GP side.
Sure. That makes sense. I've heard that. Yeah, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
And that
Yep.
asset was in what part of the country?
It's in Amarillo, Texas.
In
A
Texas.
225 unit B class property in Amarillo, Texas.
Very cool. And do you know what the hold period was? 5, 7, 10 years or
5 to 7 years.
Yeah, 5 to 7 years.
And we started renovating that property already, and we have some really good units. I actually shared one of the live videos today on my page.
Oh, nice.
And the property manager walked through the whole unit and showed how our renovation is coming up. So that's a learning process,
Sure.
how to run the whole show. So I want to go the full cycle on doing everything before I do my own.
That's awesome. So you're into this deal how long now? 18 months?
No. Both GP deals are done this year.
Oh, okay.
We had in March 15th was the boardroom. So March 18th was the closing.
Oh, you don't mess around. That's awesome.
No, I got only 3 days, and most of it was flying from San Diego to Fort Wayne and then sleeping for a whole day. So actually one day, I did it in 1 day.
That's impressive. That is so awesome.
Yeah.
All right. And then just so we're here, what about the second deal?
Okay. My second deal is with Rodcliffe.
Yeah.
And it's a 174 unit in Lexington, Kentucky. And we just closed 15 minutes before we started this. I just received a text from Rod's partner, Robert, that we have closed a 174 unit deal in Lexington, Kentucky. And I raised the money for this deal too.
Congratulations. That's always fun seeing those texts come in. You know, it's like, yes, same deal, 5, 7 year hold, B class property, same kind of statistics.
Yep. This is a C plus property. but
Okay.
it's in a B area and doesn't need a lot of renovations, nothing major. So it's mostly exterior and cosmetic inside.
Okay.
And we are adding a technology package to this unit to upgrade it to B, since it's in the B area.
Yeah.
So not much. I mean, still there is renovations outside and to bring it to B class. The
Got it.
inside interior has already been done, so not doing much to the interior.
Very cool. So again, same kind of 5 to 7 year hold?
5 to 7 year hold.
Very cool. And is the exit a sale or a refinance and keep, or do you know yet?
Both the properties, we have a bridge loan, and third year we're going to be returning about 40% of the capital
Oh, wow.
to the investors, and in both the deals.
Nice.
So, and 5 year exit with sale.
Got it. Okay. Makes total sense. Very cool. So I am curious because, we both have seen where there are some syndicators that are talking about the market being a little toppy, a little cap rates being too low for the risk.
Mm-hmm.
What are you seeing? Because today's clearly different than 2 years ago. But who's to say where
Exactly.
it's going?
What we do is that we do sensitivity analysis before we buy a deal. We want to make sure if our what is our break-even point if our rents go down, and we try to buy properties which are below the market rent. So we don't project too much rents going higher over time in the next 5 years. So we are aware of the situation that we're going to have market soften a little bit.
Sure.
I mean, we should be good with our sensitivity analysis and all that stuff we have done, and we are very conservative in underwriting the deals. So there is scope if the market dips a little bit. We are not going to go underwater.
Gotcha. Makes total sense.
And both these properties are value-add properties. So we have built this into the deal already.
Makes total sense. Just, roughly speaking, both in the Texas and the Kentucky deal, under market rents, you're going to be making some investments, a technology package. How much how much rent, I guess, increase do you see with the improvements? Is it like $100 a unit, $50?
We're going to be putting $870,000 in this Kentucky deal as the renovation.
Okay.
So, and we are expecting about $90 increase in rent.
Okay, and that was 174 units.
174 units.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So again, if it was $100, just for easier math, that's an extra $17K a month, and you put that on a cap rate of whatever. That makes total sense. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yep. Very cool. So earlier you said you want to get through a full cycle. So I'm assuming a full cycle before you syndicate your own is getting to the exit. Is that right? At the 5-year mark?
No.
Okay.
No. Full circle means finding a property.
Got it.
Underwriting a property, doing due diligence on the property, and then managing the asset, like asset management.
Okay.
So managing the management team. I think I'm on the last cycle of managing the assets.
That's where I was going. Is I thought once you did that part, maybe got through some of the, a quarter of the rehab or whatever, because after that it's kind of repetitive. That would make total sense that you'd complete the cycle there.
I might do one more deal as a general partner.
Okay.
Before I do my own.
And then
so I'll have different experience with different. So some syndicators do things differently, others do differently. So if I have more experience with one more syndicator, 3 syndicators, 3 management teams, 3 asset management teams. So I'll have a lot more experience and hands-on practice too.
That makes perfect sense. So we're probably talking 2020 when you get ready to do yours,
Correct.
perhaps?
And also, I'm waiting on the market to soften a little bit. The cap
Yeah.
rate, the cap rates to go up a little bit.
Yes. There's nothing like a little higher cap rate to give you more cushion. That
Yes, I'm
makes
waiting on that.
total sense.
Actually, my target was 4 years. Now 3 years. When I started this, and my target was 4 years because my son is in a in a business school,
Okay.
and he works for a syndicator.
Ah, how fun.
Yeah, he works for a syndicator, and that I have invested with too.
Ah,
So I was planning to have him on the team when we did our own syndication, but the things have gone so fast, so I might do a syndication before he's done with his studies.
that's awesome. So is that where you see this going for yourself? Do you still have the gas stations? You still have them,
Oh yes,
and you
oh
still
yes,
have the
yes.
houses.
I still have everything that I bought. I've never sold.
Talk about buy and hold right there, right? That's awesome.
Buy and hold. I
Yeah.
have never sold anything.
So that's the key to wealth, right? I mean, literally buying assets to produce income and then just holding for a long time, right?
Yep.
Yeah. This has been so much fun. So I'm curious, what's some advice you can get for somebody? Let's assume they have a full-time job. You know, they're working 60 hours a week. They have family responsibilities. They have some money saved up. You know, they could buy a house. They could be a part of a syndication. You have any advice for someone, you know, who's kind of in that boat?
I have been on several podcasts before,
Yeah.
and I always tell the listeners to invest in themselves before they invest in any real estate.
Ah, I like
So
that.
they need to learn the business, what they're doing, how to do it, and before they can just go and invest. I did this myself
Yeah.
in several things. We started flipping too. We
Oh,
did flip some houses. Yeah, and we went and bought the houses, spent all the money before even it was closed. We did everything wrong, but we still made money. But I don't advise to do the same thing. I
yeah.
don't advise others to do the same thing. I always say invest in yourself before you invest in any real estate, any asset class.
I like that. So do you have recommendations on where people can start investing in themselves?
I think the best place to learn is our Facebook group.
Yeah,
There's a lot of activity, and people are ready to share any kind of information. And anybody can reach me if they have any questions. I love to answer their questions, and I love to talk to people. And people call me all the time, and I always try to motivate them to execute their plan and do something.
So KK, how would you like people to get a hold of you? Because you said that a couple of times now. Is it join the Facebook group, leave a comment, or do you want to give your phone number out or email, or what do you want to do?
I can do everything. We
Okay.
have a website. The website is growrichcapital.com, and my email is kk@growrichcapital.com. KK spelled as KAY, and my cell phone is 260-341-1964, and they can always text me before they call me.
Yeah, I would recommend texting him before he calls him so he doesn't look at his phone and go, I don't know that number. Hang up.
I still pick up every call, but sometimes I may not be able to talk because I'm already busy.
Yeah.
So it's always good to send me a text before so that we can set up, or they can go on our website and set up a time. I have a scheduler over there on our website too, and even in my email I have a scheduler. They can set up a call with me, but they feel free to call me, but text me before they call. I might be at the gym, I may not pick it up. I might be busy in a meeting, I may not, so I can text them back, hey, call me in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think this has been so much fun to me, right? Because you start with a portfolio. Well, first you start with gas stations and laundromats. Well, actually, you come in, you're a Microsoft certified engineer, lose your job, switch up, own gas stations, laundromat, get the opportunity to buy a bunch of single family homes, become a limited partner in syndications, become a GP, and you still have plans to grow further, and you're giving back, KK. Can give the Facebook group one more time.
Okay, we have a Facebook group that is named 10X Multifamily Investing, and we also have a charity.
There you go. Go for it.
We have our own charity that we don't accept donations from anyone else. It's just our money, and we support 6 organizations. So we spend about 25 grand a year.
Nice.
We means me and my partners. So we donate $25,000 a year to nonprofit organizations. We have chosen 6 organizations, nonprofit, and we have adopted 15 kids in South India since 2009.
Wow, that's awesome. That's got to make you feel good.
I like to give back.
Yes, clearly you love to give back. I mean, I see what you do online in my little world. You clearly like to give back, and you're very knowledgeable and genuine, and you are a motivator. You help people, and I see that. So thank you for all you do. I've had so much fun in this conversation. I look forward to seeing where you go next. It's impressive. It really is, KK.
Thank you very much for having me.
This has been great.
Show.
Yep. Thank you very much.